Hi, this is Boris. Welcome to another video of Sketchman Draws. So today, I just finished reading Gilbert Hernandez's Sloth. Well, the company Vertigo sadly doesn't exist anymore, but this was, I really like this format. I like this kind of almost squarish like format. I don't want to pull the camera back too much because, well, yeah, because so as a storyteller, as someone who makes comics, I don't really focus on the book as a collector or as a collecting item or so I'm interested in story and art, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So I think people who already know Gilbert from Gilbert and Jaime for doing Love and Rockets, which I haven't read actually. So so I remember I started reading this, and for some reason, I just stopped because in the beginning, much like the name Sloth in the movie, sorry, in the movie, in the story, the name of the comic book, um, it starts slow actually. So I think that's the might have been the reason why I stopped. But so right away, like when I saw this, and I tried to reverse engineer things, and uh, like I see, like for some looks like some tech pens because the line are pretty straight, but here these might be like brushes. Um, the lettering, like here, I don't know how they did this effect with the. Did they do the lettering and then maybe change it digitally, or I don't know. And so the lettering is by Jared R. Fletcher, and I really love this lettering. So I don't want to spoil anything about the story, but um, if I have to explain what I felt reading the comics, which is what's, in my opinion, most important, is it felt like watching a really good independent movie. Okay, so where the characters are really thought out, and um, like and it's really well explained in the beginning that in the calm towns, people don't really, I mean, people like the adults, they want to retire, they want to calm down, but they don't really think about the teenagers there because and what's going through their head. So this is, mainly focused on the teenagers, and on Miguel, Lida, and what's his name? I already forgot. Um, Lida, Miguel, and the other friend was, and so once it gets going, like it's really interesting. You get really into the characters, and their dialogues flow really well. Like it's really believable, and um, the artwork is really clean, and and technique that I wish. I mean, I know that I have to use that, but I wish I had the patience and the intelligence to do so. Which is your eye goes to the points of contrast. Okay, so where the contrast is really high. So, okay, let's take this panel. So here, um, obviously, like, you see like the whites and the blacks, which are the highest contrast you can have in this kind of black and white comic book. And the clouds are built in a gray, but they're actually black lines, right? So the gray value is built by these lines, and these are techniques that I am still learning, which is putting thin lines in the background will push them back, like putting like thicker, brushy lines, thick lines will bring them forward. And also, I think for characters, things that are dynamic, that are moving, that are active, it's better to use brush like that has that beautiful line. And if you use brush, ink brush, or even brush pen, you know how beautiful those lines are. And um, and the tech pens, because they produce what they call dead lines, which is like lines straight without any variations in thickness, you can use them for technical stuff or in the background. Okay, so it's a story about it starts off as Miguel, but then again, I don't want to spoil, but it becomes the story of someone else, and then, well, you just have to figure out what's going on in the story. And there is this section here where they go to these orange orchards to because they're teenagers and they like to be in scary places, and they hear about this legend of the goat man. And it's I remember I was reading it in daytime, and the hairs on my like like the whole body stood up when I was reading. So I don't know, I've never had like a reaction like that. And it's not a horror. There are elements of horror and psychological thriller in it, and it's all really weaved in a really beautiful way. And I think, and it's really amazing. Like, I mean, I've for the Hernandez brothers, which I've heard a lot of people mention, right? Because I follow all the other comic book channels. Um, this is the first time I'm actually reading. I read a story by Hernandez, like one of the Hernandez brothers. So, of course, I'll try to get my hands on Love and Rockets and all their Paloma. I think was is a very famous story from them. So the um, there's this idea of coma, that like someone can will themselves into coma and will themselves out of coma, which I don't know if it's true. But and then also in the little bio here, it says that he almost willed himself into coma. So is that a joke, or did he really do it? That's I don't know. But anyway, the coma and the sleep all play an important part in the story. Um, can I compare it to any movie? No, which is great, because then it becomes its own art form, right? And it is again, it just reminds me of those really good independent movies. So yeah, just that's all I wanted to say, and I highly recommend it. And it's a complete story. There's no, and I really love complete graphic novels, like complete stories and graphic novels like this. So it's called Sloth, and it's by Gilbert Hernandez. So yeah, if you have any other recommendations for me from the Hernandez brothers, please leave in the comment section below. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. This is Boris for Sketchman Draws, signing off.